You kidding me? Are you kidding me? Look at that. Who the is the guy?
Getting hosed at the pump. We brought you this video from an irate City News viewer last week of a gas meter that kept on climbing, even though he wasn't putting any gas in his vehicle. Tonight, a City News investigation has found that in 2018, there were 117 faulty gas pumps caught in Toronto alone, and more than 450 in total in southern and central Ontario.
When we see incidents like this, it's clear that consumers lose faith in the system.
The system, when it comes to gas pumps, is monitored by Measurements Canada. They allow a small margin of error for the pumps you use, 0.5% per 20 litres purchased. Anything more than that, and a pump is red flagged. Of the nearly 4,000 pumps they inspected in Toronto in 2018, they found that 3% were measuring inaccurately. Nationally, they inspected 81,000 pumps this past year, 4%. More than 3,200 from coast to coast were discovered to be faulty.
What you showed here, Adrian, back a little while ago, not just once but twice, shows that there has been a problem with the pump.
I'm not even pumping. Things still going up.
November 2016, a City News viewer sent us this video from an Esso station in Thornhill.
Gas is going up and nobody's touching the pump.
November 2017, a viewer shares a similar story, this time at a Petro-Canada in Brampton. And more recently, we received another video of a runaway meter at a Husky gas station, also in Brampton. Measurements Canada is mandated to inspect gas pumps every 2 years. Petroleum analyst Dan McTagg believes the frequency that pumps are inspected should be based on how often they're used.
Like anything else, the more you use it, it's subject to wear and tear. Certainly Measurements Canada could do a much better job in recommending to the Minister of Industry that more frequent intervals of inspections take place, especially in gas stations with higher volumes.
Measurements Canada tells us they have no plans of increasing inspections at the pumps. A statement in part from the Federal Minister of Innovation's office to City News states retailers are responsible for ensuring gas pumps are properly maintained. It's something also echoed by Measurements Canada.
But the reality here is that the people behind that counter, working as hard as they are not technicians. They can't open up one of those machines and ensure that they're compliant. They're digitally run, there's computers inside them, the mechanical function is complicated.
McTagg adds that this is largely a mechanical issue, not gas stations trying to rip off customers. Though the average pump in the GTA dispenses 3,000 litres a day. An error of around 1% could end up charging drivers an extra $30 a day. Over 2 weeks, that's $420. Of the tens of thousands of inaccurate pumps discovered coast to coast, Measurements Canada handed out one fine in 2018.
That's quite amazing. That's all I can say about that. What was the fine amount? I bet you it was minuscule, really. If I have teeth there, it must be false teeth.
Today we asked Innovation Canada, formerly known as Industry Canada, what gas stations had the most faulty pumps last year. They were unable to answer our questions by our deadline.